Hi guys, welcome back. It is the end of March, so that means that in about 1 month time, the backpacking season of 2024 is starting. Yes, are we looking forward to that? Yes, we are. After a terrible winter where everything has been flooded, we are looking so much forward to the beginning of the backpacking season. So hopefully the weather will improve, and in the meantime we have started our preparations. And preparations for the new season also include stocking up on food. So I've stocked up on my food, and currently I am working on Ravi's food, and therefore in today's video I would like to talk about backpacking snacks for dogs. Obviously for hiking suitable as well. And I'm going to talk about some new snacks that we are going to try this year and some of Ravi's all-time favorites. So the little man has to eat out on the trail as well, and obviously he needs his normal food, but it's also very important to take enough snacks for your dog when you're going out in the outdoors, because we are snacking a lot throughout the day when we are out on the trail, and that's also very important for your dog. It's important to keep the energy levels up, so he needs some extra calories. And it's just for a reward as well, because it can be very intense to take your dog out in the outdoors. So in my opinion, it's super important to keep them rewarded throughout the day as well. And therefore I start with the basics, and that is always just a little bag of little treats. I always have a treat bag hanging on my fanny pack, in which I always have little treats on hand that I can easily give to Ravi. I always have them nearby to grab on, and just when he is looking for contact with me or he has done something good on the trail, I give him just a little basic snack like this. And when you are carrying those basic snacks, it's always good to keep an eye on the weight. And some snacks are quite heavy, but it's always good when you go hiking or backpacking with your dog to keep an eye on freeze-dried snacks. Because like we know from our own backpacking food, freeze-dried snacks are super lightweight. This bag, for example, it's a bag full of little snacks, as you can see, but it only weighs 40 grams. Same on this one. As you can see, a pretty large bag, also only 40 grams. And this one is a version for cats, because the package for cats was smaller than for the dogs. The treats itself are smaller, so you can give more throughout the day. And the package is smaller as well, because the size for the dog snacks is double the size of this one. So therefore I decided to go with the cat size. The ingredients are totally the same. It's just the size of the snacks and the size of the packaging. Be aware, a dog is allowed to have cat snacks, that's not a problem at all, but you cannot give a cat dog snacks, so be aware of that. When we are stopping out on the trail for lunch, Ravi also gets some sort of a bigger snack, and it's always different. Sometimes I give him like this is just some wet food, it's a little pouch, it's a 100-gram pouch, so very doable in regards to weight. But I also like to give him bars when we are having lunch. Those are energy bars for dogs, all kinds of different ones. So that's something that really Ravi really likes as well, and it has quite some calories in it, so it stocks up their energy while we are stopping for a lunch break as well. And what I always like to have in my fanny pack is a little pouch of some extra treats. These are just very small packages, so it's easy to just quickly feed them when you just want to give something different than the regular things that you're always carrying with you. If your dog is struggling a bit with drinking enough water while you are out in the outdoors, it's always good to take some snacks with you that are high in liquid. For example, these liquid snacks. And one of Ravi's all-time favorites are just these little pouches, as you can see. They come in all different kinds of flavors. This one, for example, is tuna with chicken. And it's a liquid as well, so they are not very high in calories, but liquid water is very important out on the trail, also for your dog. So when they are struggling a bit, it's always good to have some liquid like this with you. And a big plus to always have in your fanny pack or backpack is something like, I call it a jackpot. So when a really rare situation occurs out on the trail and your dog does great, then you have something really special, something they really thrive on, they absolutely love. And for example, what works for practically all dogs is something like this. It's just pate. You can easily squeeze it out, put this in the pocket of your fanny pack or from the hiking trousers, so you easily have it on hand. This works for practically all dogs. What's really a jackpot for Ravi, for example, are these kind of snacks. So I always have one of those in my backpack in case needed. I always have a jackpot on hand, which Ravi really appreciates. And the last kind of snack that I always have on hand in my backpack, it's usually in Ravi's food bag because he only gets it when we are at camp, is something like a big reward for the evening. These, for example, are salmon strips. They are super lightweight as well. This whole package, which lasts for a week, weighs only 70 grams, so that's super light. These are just meat bars, also 70 grams. So if you do your searching well, you can find pretty decent amount of lightweight backpacking snacks. I go buy my snacks in Germany a lot because I think I mentioned that before on my channel. The assortment in the Netherlands is a little bit meh when you're talking about good snacks and especially lightweight snacks. So I usually go to Germany, but check out the country where you are living in, what's available. But like I said, freeze-dried is always very light, but if you search a little bit, you will find more of it. And what you always see in my hiking videos when we arrive at camp or at the end of a day hike is this. This is just something, a ritual, so to say, for Ravi. After every hike, he gets one of these beef sticks. He absolutely loves it. He sees it as a really good reward. And when we arrive at the car, he starts looking at me straight away with a look in his eyes. I know what's coming. So always make sure that you have something with you that you can give as a ritual, that you know, that your dog knows that the end of the hike is there. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, we are also trying out some new snacks for Ravi this year. And first of all, it are these kind of bars. They look kind of chemical, but the colors are not chemical at all. So the red part, for example, let's see where that's coming from beets, red beets. The orange one from this one is coming from carrots. The green one is coming from spinach. So these are really natural bars. I found them at the dog fair of Dog Life earlier this year. So we're going to try those out. What I'm also going to add as a snack, or probably to Ravi's food at the end of the day, are these kind of things. And they are single package slices of fish. Ravi absolutely loves fish, so I think that I can make him really happy. They also have them in chicken flavor. But this, for example, is tuna and this is mackerel. So it adds up a lot of calories because fish is obviously a more fatter food. So you have to be aware and check out if your dog is fine with that, because it can give some problems. But although Ravi is very sensitive on his stomach, he absolutely goes well on fish. So this is something that I am going to add this year. And I recently found this. And this is a very small package. It's 100 milliliters of bone broth. And last year you saw me making a video about powdered bone broth, but we kept using it and must say that I was not very happy with it. It didn't dissolve very well, and Ravi didn't like it either. So this year we're going to try this one. I have it in a beef flavor, chicken flavor and lamb flavor. I will not be using this on day hikes, but this will be something really for the backpacking trip. So after a long day of hiking, as soon we are at camp, he gets one of these pouches, so we get some extra liquid, some extra vitamins, and bone broth. You can never go wrong on that one. So we're going to add this one to Ravi's food bag as well. Well, this was some ideas of backpacking snacks that you can take out for your dog on a day hike or backpacking trip. Always take a look on your dog, what he or she likes, on which he does best, because you do not want to feed your dog anything out on the trail that causes diarrhea or something that he does not like. So always be aware of that, and just shop around a little bit where you live to see what you can get. Keep an eye on the weight, keep an eye on the calories. Actually, just the same as with our backpacking food. Yeah, it has to be nutritious. And sometimes, I always say, we sometimes go to McDonald's as well. So if you include 1 or 2 snacks that aren't that healthy, that's totally fine as well. But if you keep a look out on those things, your dog will have a great assortment of snacks as well. And it keeps him or her fueled throughout the day. And when you are taking a rest and you would like to give your dog something for lunch, like I, for example, do with these packages, make sure that you give a small amount of food. Because if you're feeding your dog a lot while he is active, so only when you're taking a 15 or 30 minute break and you're giving your dog large quantities of food, that can cause seriously bad problems. I do not know the name for that in English, but in Dutch it is that their stomach can twist around, so to say. And if that happens, well, then you're having a really big problem out on the trail. So if you feed your dog throughout the day, always do it in small amounts. There he is again. So if you have any questions about this subject, feel free to contact us. We would be happy to help you out again. If you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel and notify the alarm bell. And then as always, enjoy the outdoors. We will catch you on the next trail. Goodbye. Good boy. Bye guys.